Hello, salutations. What to do? Stop the gamer off out of do gang. No vibes like subscribe. Let's get it. Happy Saturday, Durag Nation. We are back once again, bringing back the Spider-Man 2 roundup. Rather than do a video, just going to go over the past week in Spider-Man 2 and just general talk all things Spider-Man. How's everyone doing? Who saw Spider-Man Lotus? It's been trending for like 24 hours straight. I refuse to watch that movie. I saw Joseph Whitty was live reacting to it. I'm like, I'm not touching that movie. I mean, racism aside, I assumed the movie was going to be dog water. I mean, it probably won't be worse than that Superman Solar fan film. Holy, was that trash? Like, I'm sorry, that was awful. That was next level awful. Superman Solar, I know it's like a meme, like, oh, I could do better. I couldn't literally, not only could I do better, I've had friends. My friend is a photographer and a videographer. I remember he made a student film when he was in college with like a budget of lunch money. And Superman Solar had a like a $50K fundraising budget. I kid you not, his fan film, his little student film, looked substantially better. And this was like technology from like 15 years ago when he was in school. Zero budget. I think he had like one camera. And not only is the shot composition better, the color grading, the effects. Holy, how do you spend that much money and get that little results? I mean, we've seen that in the MCU, so I guess it's definitely a thing that can happen. But Jesus. What's up, Craven and Harry? You're definitely not my brother. I'm an only child. It was kind of like a sad Spider-Man movie. I mean, it looked like one. You know, not excluding the controversy. Nice background. Thank you. I like to make my own backgrounds. I didn't feel like doing a fancy thumbnail, so I was just like, let me try something simple for live streams, and I'll just make a nice wallpaper. Please, the Spider-Man 2 plate. Those face plates are crazy. Honestly, I thought more people would want the controller than the plates. I didn't realize that there were that many demands for plates. Or maybe it's not that there was a huge demand. Maybe it was just a supply. Because I'm pretty sure they still have controllers. What's up, No Cap? Welcome. The Flash movie is trash. No one likes it. That's tough. No, Insomniac said they don't expect the plates to be back in stock at all. I only wanted the controller. I wasn't interested in the plates anyway. So I'm good on that. I got my controller. It's going good. How's everyone doing? How's everyone Saturday? Yeah, I'm definitely not even out of curiosity. I just have zero interest in Spider-Man Lotus. Like, you know, I don't want to support the film at all. But I didn't have any interest in it to begin with, so I'm not missing out on anything. I'm not even curious. I'm just like, yeah, it's probably trash. it's not something that I was dying to see anyway. I have enough Spider-Man content to keep me occupied. rather than watch Spider-Man Lotus, I'd rather just rewatch the Spider-Man 2 story trailer. I'll top you over. How can you convince your parents to get the Spider-Man 2 controller? Well, the best way is to get your own money so you don't have to ask your parents for anything. But the second best way is to do something for your parents to convince them to give you money. Like say, all right, tell you what, you have to buy it for me. Let me earn it. I'll do these chores. I'll take out the trash. I'll clean the car, whatever, wherever it is. Something, and not even something that you're already expected to do. Something that maybe you're not doing. Like go above and beyond, and just like no, this is not a chore. This is a job. I would like you to hire me to help you do something to make your life better. And the compensation is this Spider-Man 2 controller. What's up, King Monkey? What's up, Spider-Man 2 news? Your Nation Forever, indeed. So the Spider-Man 2, I see a lot of people are expecting, Spider-Man fans, no surprisingly, are expecting Spider-Man 2 to be Game of the Year, but I think it has bigger problems than Game of the Year. What's up, Yaha? How you pronounce that? No need to spam. How do you convince your parents to get Spider-Man 2? Same thing. Get your own money or get your parents to hire you. It's pretty straightforward. When I was I was the only child, so I usually just got whatever I wanted. But it got to a point where I wanted my a little bit of independence. So I eventually ended up getting a job and just working on my own, because I was tired of being reliant on other people, even those people were was my mom or whatever. I don't want to have anyone be in a situation where they can just be like, oh yeah, you want that thing? Well, it's up to me. I'm like, nah, it's going to be up to me. I never want to be in a position where I have to rely on anyone else, even if it's family. I like the idea of if I want something, it's on me. My responsibility, my money, my choice. That's how I've been living for like the past 15 years, so I'm not about it. What's up? Yeah, and as a content creator, I'm in a position where I can actually save money on a lot of games now, because when you're in this position, a lot of games that you want, you can just a lot of times get the studio to just give it to you for free. Like if I had a PC, I would have so many games. I would have more games I knew what to do with, because I'm always getting like emails and offers for new PC games, but I don't have a gaming PC, so I always have to turn it down. I only have a PS5, but otherwise I'd get a bunch of PC and PS5 games for free. It's my favorite comic book storyline for Spider-Man. I don't have one, really. I was growing up, I never was super into the Spider-Man comics. I like the The only comics I read when I was a kid were my cousin's X-Men comics. I didn't even like Spider-Man until I saw the animated series in the 90s. What's up, Champagne? How you doing? After Show podcast is great. That was random and crazy. definitely go subscribe to that. After Show podcast. But yeah, I definitely gotta post that clip from the after show. Spider-Man Lotus. Oh, you missed it. I had I didn't do a whole big thing, but I just was like, yeah, I'm just not watching Spider-Man Lotus. It's just not a thing that I'm ever going to do. I had no intention of doing it from the beginning, so I was just like, before the Spider-Man Lotus controversy, I was not following the movie at all, and then when they all got exposed, I looked into it and I saw the trailers and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting there and watching this. Well, it looked like sitting there for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour movie. I'm not finna sit there and watch that. Like Spider-Man, you played the PS4 one, nice. So the Spider-Man 2, probably not going to be game of the year. I know there's a lot of favorites right now from the media. Tears of the Kingdom seems to be the favorite among everybody. Then there's like Baldur's Gate, Diablo. It's going to be a crazy year for game of the year. And then, Starfield hasn't come out yet. But I think Spider-Man 2 has to make a lot of money. I think that's the biggest thing Sony cares about. Because that report came out that not only has Sony been, not doing very well by their expectations, or in their PlayStation division, in their film division, and I think in their censor division, but they're reportedly delaying at least two of the games. It sounds like maybe one or two of them that they are supposed to drop. Helldiver 2023. Sony was supposed to drop for the remainder of the year. We're supposed to get Spider-Man 2, Helldivers 2, and Stellar Blade. But we just got a report that Sony internally delayed some of those games. We can assume it's not Spider-Man 2. I mean, technically it could be Spider-Man 2. It hasn't gone gold yet, but based on how badly Sony needs Spider-Man 2 to make money, I think that if for whatever reason the game wasn't like finished or at the quality they wanted it to, worst case scenario, they would maybe push it to November, maybe December, or just release it as is and patch it later. Because Sony has a lot riding on Spider-Man 2. Like, not even Starfield versus Spider-Man is like, it's like they gotta recover from the quarter, and they need Spider-Man 2 to like do numbers. like better than the first game, maybe. Like, and I think it could. Like, the hype is definitely there, but I don't know if like Hogwarts Legacy, Tears of the Kingdom, those type of numbers. That's what Spider-Man 2's got to hit. It's only like 20 million in the first month. Like, something crazy. I think they could do it. It's possible. 20 million. 20 million in a month. I feel like they could do that. I feel like that's reasonable. Think there'll be lots of swearing. Yeah, you wish. Not Yeah, I checked the ESRB rating for Spider-Man 2. Definitely not a lot of swearing, but a little bit, little spice, a little bit of violence, some bodies, some unalive bodies. But yeah, no, I don't think Peter's going to be dropping any F-bombs. There's not going to be, Miles isn't going to use the N-word. They're not, Venom's not going to be biting anyone's head off. It's a family game, like T for teen, basically. You might go and get PS5 for Christmas. I hope you get it. It's a Fortnite spinoff game. Is what a Fortnite spinoff game. As far as I know, Fortnite has no spinoff games. It's just Fortnite. Fortnite is itself a spinoff game. It's completely different from what it originally was. But they realize, oh, people like this battle royale thing, so they just like, all right, we'll roll with that, and just cross promotions with skins and stuff, and events is what it is. Yeah, I've been meaning to react to that. It is SPID customization video. I'm definitely impressed by what he's been able to pull off. And I think in particular, this is a really good idea for the game. Because they already opened the door with suit variations. So it would be really nice if they went beyond just the suit variations and let you actually customize them. Because this is a really cool UI. First of all, that they came out with. But yeah, the instant swap from Symbiote. I think that's going to be in the game. I think you're going to be able to swap. But like the idea of being able to like mix and match color variants. Because like Gotham Knights had some degree of customization. Like they had some stuff that the transmogs that were locked, but they had a bunch of suits that you can collect out in the world, and you can like mix and match the different parts of it. Change up the color palettes. I think that would be a nice little addition to Spider-Man 2. Venom gotta be playable. I'm 100% convinced Venom is playable. Like, to me, there's like no way he's not gonna be playable. I think Venom is 100% playable. Yo, imagine if you could customize the web wings too. That'd be sick too if you could play around with the web wings a little bit. But yeah, just something more than just color variations of the suit. Like if you can actually customize it, the color, I think that'd be really sick. And of course, people are going to want to have their favorite suits. I'm wondering if they're going to do variants of the symbiote as well, because that would be cool. Even if you can't customize it, like having different styles of symbiote suits, I feel like that's a given. That should be a given. Like you have the Insomniac symbiote, and then you have like maybe one inspired more so from the cartoons. Like they had like suits in Spider-Man PS4 remastered that, and they made it look like it was straight out of animated like in a cartoon or something, or a comic. So if they had like a comic or the 90s cartoon symbiote, that would be sick. I know Toby fans want the Spider-Man 3 symbiote, and I hope you don't get it. I want the personally, I want the, in terms of suits they haven't had yet that I definitely want. I want the obviously I want the TASM 2, and I want the Across the Spider-Verse Miguel Herrera. Definitely gotta get the Across the Spider-Verse Miles. I would love the Across the Spider-Verse Prowler Miles. That would be sick. And the Final Swing suit from No Way Home, that would be pretty dope. If they have at bare minimum, I at least want the TASM 2 suit. Bare minimum, I want the TASM 2 suit. That's my one request. I'm good at for everything else. What do you think about the white outline instead of the black on the news or the advanced? I like the advanced 2.0. I like the subtle design changes. Can you tell you how to get kicked to work on PS5? I have no idea. Wraith, shout out to Yuri. Spectacular Spider-Man suit. Think Gwen appears in Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I think there's a really good chance that Gwen shows up. It's because it's kind of too perfect. Like, especially with how they introduced Miles Morales. Like it feels like they are definitely planning on doing Gwen, because they've set up the story perfectly to introduce her as well. You already got Miles established, you know, and he's young, so you can have them be like the same age. You got Yuri out of there, Yuri and Jefferson are gone, so Spider-Man needs a new person on the police force to help him out. Like that literally sets the stage for Gwen's father, Captain Stacy, to fill in for Yuri and even help track her down. Like they have the perfect way to just bring Gwen Stacy in, even if she's not playable in the game, like they did Miles. Like just to bring her in, just to introduce her, and maybe then make her a bigger part of Spider-Man 3, or just give her the Miles treatment, set her up in Spider-Man 2, reveal her in Spider-Man 3, or make her playable as Spider-Gwen Spider-Man 3. I feel like they're setting it up. He did a spectacular Spider-Man skin. Spectacular Spider-Man skin. I would love to see some 90s Spider-Man skin. I know some people wanted Web of Shadows. I don't know if they can legally. I guess they have to get permission from Marvel, and I'm sure if they asked for Web of Shadows, Marvel would just be like, yeah. I feel like Marvel is not going to say no to Insomniac when it comes to just suits that they want in the game at this point. I feel like at this point you're just like, yeah, whatever Insomniac wants, just give it to him. No Web of Shadows. I mean, the thing is, with any suit, you can just not wear it. Like it's not even that simple. Like a lot of people like the Web of Shadows stuff, and if you don't, you can just not wear it, and you know everyone's happy. You get to wear you can pick a different suit, and the people who like Web of Shadows can have their Web of Shadows suit. What's up, Piggy Master? I hope they got to add the TASM 2 suit, bro. I see the realistic Spectacular Spider-Man mod. I did. I'm not sure if that's on my playlist or not. It's probably on my playlist. I got a little mod playlist. Shout out to It Is Spid. Is it going to be long until another trailer? Probably not. Watched stream yesterday. Appreciate you. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm looking at Gamescom right now for the next Spider-Man 2 update, Gamescom open at night on the 22nd. That same week, we're getting the announcement for Game Informer's September issue. So we can once again be in a position where we get like a double Spider-Man reveal. You know, whatever they reveal at Gamescom, plus getting the announcement for Game Informer for September. Imagine if they didn't do September. That'd be tough though. Imagine if a Game Informer picked like Starfield for September, which would be weird. Like if they're, I feel like if they're going to do Starfield, you do that in like August, because you want if you the whole point is that you're gonna be doing exclusive coverage and updates about the game leading up to its release date, but Starfield comes out so early. Like I think what was it, like September 6th, I think is release date, and then there's like 5-day early access. So I feel like if they're going to feature Starfield, that ship has sailed already. So Game Informer, I mean, to me it makes the most sense for Game Informer to have Spider-Man 2 be their cover reveal for September. So then we'll have the Game Informer open at night. We have the Gamescom open at night, and I think we could get the deluxe edition trailer that shows off the new suits. And then during that week, Game Informer announces Spider-Man 2 cover reveal of September, and they'll probably have a story that goes along with the cover reveal. And then throughout September, they're going to have, exclusive interviews, probably some gameplay, breakdown, stuff like that, leading us into October. That's going to be crazy. And they're streaming. I think they usually stream the announcement Game Informer does on their Twitch, so I'll check it out, because I didn't co-stream their reveal last time, because I realized there's no way they're going to make Spider-Man 2 the cover for August. It's not happening, so I didn't even bother to watch. Ready for TMNT? Hell yeah. TMNT, I can't wait. I was completely surprised when I saw the reveal trailer. I was literally taking a nap, and then I woke up and I saw a new video about Caboose, and it was like a reaction video, and it said TMNT. I was like, what? I was like, hey, yo, that was gonna be crazy. I think Tears of the Kingdom, I still think is going to get Game of the Year. I think overwhelmingly, but Spider-Man 2 will be Game of the Year in our hearts. But yeah, the Gamescom is already looking crazy, because I was just checking Twitter, and they confirmed that Gamescom open at night is going to have Black Myth Wukong playable as a demo setup, and they're going to do like a reveal trailer or something, maybe some more gameplay, and hopefully we finally get a release date. I cannot wait for that. That game looks insane. I cannot wait. Black Myth Wukong looked incredible. We got that. What it feels like 5 years ago. But I think it was like last year, or 2021, that we got the Black Myth Wukong gameplay, that little gameplay demo, and then we just never heard from it again. Like, I've been waiting for that game. I would love to play it, but ain't no way I'm going to Germany. Am I buying the Spider-Man 2 controller? Already bought it. Waiting for it. Spider-Man 2018 was Game of the Year in Japan. Japan got great taste. Is that pic AI generated? Is a wallpaper I put together. The Symbiote Symbiote Peter is actually a in-game that's actually an in-game screenshot. I just took the in-game screenshot of Symbiote Peter and just took it out of the photo and then just put it and blended it into a new background. Baldur's Gate is the game of the generation. Everyone's talking about Baldur's Gate. I'm not really an MMO guy. Like I'm not like those top-down MMOs. But I saw everyone was memeing about the crazy customization. This is weird because it looks like Baldur's Gate like partially looks like this, really cool third-person, action game. But then when you're actually in it, it's like this top-down MMO. I was like, I just never got down with like the top-down MMOs. Maybe I'd probably love it if I got in, but I'm just used to the third person action. I can tolerate first person, but I just prefer the third person action games. I just can't really get down with the top down MMO stuff. It's just not something I get down with. Symbiote diet is meat. That's what they say. That's what he looked like he was trying to get from MJ. He's chasing her down, trying to get them yams. Man was hungry. Looking for Spider-Man 2. We need gameplay. I mean, we got the gameplay. We got a really good look at the gameplay. The only thing left, really, like I guess people would want to see some of the Advanced Suit 2.0 gameplay. But a clearer vision. Not what we got in Across the Spider-Verse, but like a much clearer look at the Advanced Suit gameplay. But other than that, we don't really need much. Like in terms of visuals, like they're going to show the deluxe edition suits, so maybe that'd be a good opportunity to show off some advanced suit gameplay, even if he's not wearing the advanced suit, like just the Iron Arms non-symbiote gameplay, and then maybe show off a few new web swinging animations, because I know people they confirmed there are new ones, but people definitely want to see them. So that would be a good idea to show. I don't know why Sony didn't stock more of the covers. I mean, it feels weird to me. I know limited edition is a thing, but it feels weird to make the covers limited edition because it's not like it's a high price point. It's like it was like $60. I feel like you would make way more money if you just did a restock. Like Insomniac said they didn't spec one, but I would be surprised if there wasn't a restock on. I think it's cap, honestly. I'm sure Insomniac probably doesn't know. I think people were asking the community managers about it, but I think Sony is just doing it to build up hype and demand. Like you have them sell out like the first day, and you create this demand, and then you do a restock on like September when it launches officially. You just say, "Oh, surprise! It's officially on sale, and here's a restock." Like, it doesn't make sense to have pre-orders for something and then not have any stock of it the day that it actually officially is like available on sale. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You're gonna sell out of it. So I think there's gonna be a restock. I see the last Ronin announcement trailer. I posted my video going over everything about Last Ronin and the reveal trailer about an hour after it went live on YouTube and Twitter. I literally woke up from a nap, saw Caboose had posted a reaction video, checked Twitter, saw the Game Informer article, made my video, uploaded it. Like we had it up by like 6. I was rushing. I was like, oh, I did not expect I didn't expect it because I didn't even know THQ had their digital showcase that day. I was asleep. Literally. Avengers are not here even though they have a tower, but they look lazy to save the city like raft escapees. I mean, if they're not in New York, according to the dialogue, they're on the West Coast. I mean, there's nothing they could do. They're on the West Coast. They're busy. You level Prototype 3, same. They're pro gaming. Anyone see the PS5 Slim? I don't think I'm copping that. I'm just gonna wait for the PS5 Pro, see if it's any good, see if there's any features. Because I saw I was looking at some of the leaked images of the Slim, and they had it side by side with the normal one, and I was like, I literally don't see the difference. like the Slim is like marginally slimmer. I'm like, that seems like a giant waste of money. Do you guys play more often? I think I said it in the comments in my video yesterday, or I think I mentioned it in my actual video, but I'm definitely going to be playing with Miles Morales when I'm able to. They're going to have, the story missions that are just for Miles. They're going to have story missions just for Peter. They have story missions with them both, but in free roam you can freely switch. And until Peter gets the symbiote, I'm mainly going to be rocking out with Miles. I love Miles. I'm in the middle of a Miles Morales replay right now, and I have so much fun playing as Miles. His combat is just so good. I love his venom powers, the camouflage. His swinging is so much better. Like with the style, the cool animations, the height and speed boosting you can do to go into the crazy air tricks. Like he's just so much more fun to play as Peter than Peter. I've not watched a Transformers movie since Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf were in it. Will I rank the Spider-Man 2 suits? That seems like it's going to take way too long. maybe I'll do a tier list one day, a tier list stream. Want to try non-symbiote? Yeah, I'm gonna play around with it. Obviously, we're gonna not be given a choice. We're gonna be forced to play as both. And I'll play around with all the stuff. But I mean, I can't imagine how much more is going to be to Peter's moves and stuff. Because it's like we already had the Iron Arms in Spider-Man PS4. All they're going to do is make it like a permanent part of his suit instead of a temporary suit power, and just give it more combo and just give it more combos and animations. Unless they pull out some surprises, like, but because otherwise Peter doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have any other powers. Like, he's got his standard Spider-Man stuff, and now he's got the Iron Arm. So I'm curious how they're going to. I wonder if they're going to give suit powers to Peter, or figure out a way to like blend it somehow to give him some new moves. We'll see. What's up, Ammar? Hope they give Peter new swing animations that are expressive. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm real curious to see more of Peter, because Insomniac, played the swing animations close to the vest. It seems clear to me that they're not reinventing the wheel. You're going to see a lot of the same swing animations, but they did confirm new ones, and we have the additions of the web wings. But yeah, I'm curious if after Miles Morales they figure out a way to give Peter some cooler looking animations and air tricks. There's some PC mods that do a really good job. I saw the Gwen Stacy mod, and I saw some different Peter mods when he's swinging through the city, and they added some cool animations like web climbing and all this other stuff just to make it just to make him seem a lot faster, more expressive. So I'm sure Insomniac can do it. What's up, Steel Fan? How you doing, my friend? Shout out to all my members. You just want faster swinging. Well, speed's not going to be a problem, but in general, thanks to the slingshot and the web wings, but yeah, just the actual swinging. I know exactly what you mean. Like that's why another reason why I like Miles, because when you're swinging with Peter, it's like you do your dive, you do your web zipping and stuff, your point launching, and you just don't feel fast enough. But at least with Miles, you can give yourself the boost with his Venom powers. Who will I play as most in Spider-Man? Definitely Spider-Man Miles Morales. Until the symbiote. Once I get the symbiote unlocked, I'm gonna play mainly with the symbiote. King E coming through with the 199. It would be best PS5 game of all time. I won't go that. I don't know about that, but it could definitely be it definitely could be the best PS5 game this year. It's definitely possible though, because I know it's a meme, but there hasn't been really that many PS5 games. Like even less if you only go like exclusive PS5, like no backwards support. There aren't really that many. Because like God of War, Horizon, they were on Miles Morales, they're all on PS4 as well. Like so the list of exclusive PS5 games pretty small. But it actually is funny if you try to make a list of the best just overall PS5 games, they would probably all be from Insomniac. or Insomniac would be the top, would be up there with them. Like, yeah, obviously you had your God of War Ragnarok, and you had Forbidden West, Returnal was really good, but Insomniac had some heat. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Miles Morales, now Spider-Man 2. They're Spider-Man 2 can definitely be the best one. I feel it. And Marvel's Wolverine is like 2025, maybe 2024, possibly. Marvel's Daredevil. Oh yeah, they gotta do that. That's my next game concept video. I already did a trailer for it, but I'm doing like a full perfect game concept for Daredevil. I already got the story already outlined. It's gonna be heat. Like I'm surprised no one's tried to make a Daredevil game yet. I still think it's what Ubisoft was working on, but we'll see. Maybe they'll show it off at Gamescom. Pretty sure they will do it like the original game. Peter have a bunch of gadgets to use without the symbiote, and Miles will have many. Not even, because in the gameplay demo, Peter and Miles had the exact same number of gadgets and the exact same gadgets. And we know one of the gadgets you unlock pretty early is the because it's literally a bonus for pre-ordering the game, is the web grabber. And they already confirmed that they're going to be sharing gadgets. They share tech, so in the interview, so based on that, it looks like it's going to be a bit different. Miles and Peter are basically just going to be sharing their inventory. And I like how they set it up too. Because it was pretty annoying in Spider-Man games in the past where it's like when you want to choose a gadget, you have to pull up the gadget, you have to pull up the menu, select the gadget that you want, and then once it's selected, hit the button to activate it. Like it's slow, like it breaks up the flow of the combat. So I much rather prefer what they're doing in Spider-Man 2, which I noticed in the gameplay demo, where instead of having to pull up the menu in order to pick a gadget, it's literally just they just turn it into a ability wheel. So you just hit the button that corresponds with the gadget on your controller. I think it's like R1 plus if you have your, so if your web gadget is in the square slot, it would be like R1 square, and boom, you do the web grabber instead of having to hold, cycle through the wheel, pick thing, hit like that. So that's already much bigger improvement. I'm good, Mike. Yeah, the after show was crazy. Venom and Ratchet and Clank. Who do you think Venom is? I'm definitely on record as saying Peter is going to temporarily be Venom. He's going to Venom out, and then it's going to go to Norman at the end. That's my prediction. I think Norman is what they're trying to misdirect you away from, because I feel like Harry is just such an obvious bait. I will never try Call of Duty. No. That is never a thing that will happen. I see the leaked image of Spider-Man 2. There is no leaked image of Spider-Man 2. I promise you it's fake. Insomniac has done a really good job, and they always do this, but they are really good at preventing leaks. I don't know how they do it, but for whatever reason, whenever Insomniac is dropping a game, nothing really leaks. Like the only leaks they had are for like information. Like Tony Todd was saying stuff he shouldn't have, but they took care of that. It wasn't even a big deal because he said like they were targeting September for release date, and the game ended up coming out having a release date in October anyway, so it didn't even end up being a big deal. So I think we're good on that. We're not going to see any Spider-Man 2 images or videos unless they want us to see it. It's also really easy to fake an image because the mods in Spider-Man PS remastered on PC are so good that a lot of times it looks like Spider-Man 2, like like almost. So it'd be very, then with AI, like it would be extremely easy to create a screenshot that looks like it's from the actual game and just say, "Hey, leak screenshot." Like literally people thought this wallpaper that I made. They thought this was like a screenshot from the actual game. Like if I just took this and just added like the HUD and just did like a cell phone camera picture of it so it looks like less high quality and just say, "Hey, this just leaked," like it would go viral on Twitter because people would think, "Oh, this is a unreleased screen." Like so I'm just going to assume if anyone says, "Hey, this is a leaked image from Spider-Man 2," that is fake. Because Insomniac doesn't allow that stuff, and it's just so easy otherwise to fake it. Might be reason you still play Spider-Man. That's legitimately the only reason I'm even considering a PC, because those mods are insane. Like if you have Spider-Man on PC right now, you could just be running around with the advanced suit, the symbiote suit. I saw one with Miles with powers. You know, you have like the suit customization. You can play Gwen. There's a mod for pretty much anything. Like you just endless, like it adds so much replay value to the game. I wish you can do it on PS5. Imagine. If you get a disc for Spider-Man 2 and your PS5 is from Saudi Arabia, will it work? I don't see why not. But I have no idea. I would assume all the PlayStations are exactly the same. They're just built. They're just distributed in every location. That's why when you have your setup process, you have to tell them when you're setting up the PS5 what country what country, what's your location, what's your time zone. Like it doesn't know automatically. You have to set the language. You have to set everything. You have to set everything. They're all overcomplicated and it's just going to be Harry. I don't even think I think it's just so. I think it's such obviously not Harry. Like it's funny to me. Appreciate you, Gaming Galaxy. Simon did the concept with the soundtrack for the game. I think they might have teased Venom's host. Oh, they definitely teased Venom's host. You know, games getting good is getting banned in countries. Not even like the only reason it's being banned is because of the same reason this stuff always gets banned over in those particular countries. Like they have very strict religious and morality standards when it comes to what they allow their citizens to see and engage in. So if you have a bunch of, or just literally just any LGBTQ representation, or if there's anything that's too sexually explicit, they'll just straight up ban it and be like, nah, we ain't having it here. And so it's like either so sometimes companies will just, edit stuff out just for the sake of it showing there. Other times just like, nah, we ain't doing it. Like Final Fantasy 16, Saudi Arabia told them to edit out a scene, and Square was like, nah. So it's just going to be banned there. And it sucks, but I mean, not really though, because a lot of citizens can still get the games anyway, because we're in the digital age. I've heard that if you just get a new account and just set it in like a different country, you can buy it from the PlayStation Store. So it's not even a big deal. Obviously, if you get caught, that's a problem. But in terms of actually getting access to it, it's pretty simple workaround. Symbiote healed Heretic rarely, but didn't bond with him fully. That's why I'm like, that's why I don't think it's Harry. Like, for one, it's too obvious. Like it's Insomniac. They have shown us that they love misdirection, and Harry being Venom is just such obvious misdirection. Like they're going over the top to make you think it's Harry. And also, the symbiote has never at any point bonded with him. Like people seem to just keep forgetting that he had it for 2 games and it never bonded with him. The only person we've seen a symbiote bond with so far is Peter. think the new TMNT game coming is that you just finished watching Rise of TMNT. I gotta read the last Ronin comic. I hear it's really good and apparently it's something you're gonna see just in case the story gets spoiled. I wouldn't mind. No, I like reading comics. I haven't read a good comic in a while, so it would be refreshing. I usually read manga. What's up, Dorex? I could be wrong, but about it being it being Norman, but I'm so confident it's not Harry. And if they do reveal like I one of the reasons I really hope it's not Harry, in addition to being confident it's not, is that it'd be one thing if it was like a friendly debate, or a disagreement, like, oh well, yeah, obviously we acknowledge it could easily not be Harry because it's such obvious misdirection. But the people, a lot of the people who think Harry is Venom are like so arrogant and toxic about it, and they never have any like good arguments either. Like, they don't listen to any of the arguments. They don't even consider anyone else. They can't even explain why Harry is Venom outside of, well, Insomniac made it seem like he is. Like, they don't think at all for more than 5 seconds about it. But they be some of the most arrogant and toxic people. So I'm just waiting for the cope. like when everyone plays a game and sees who Venom is, and if it's not Harry, I'm just imagining Spider-Man Reddit just having a complete meltdown. People on Twitter going crazy. Like, all the Harry is Venom people just getting dunked on left and right. that would be so satisfying. There are rumors swirling about Sonic making a Venom spin-off game. I don't know about that, but we'll see. It feels like Insomniac has enough on their plate. They're still. I mean, they're a big studio now, but I don't know. They got their Spider-Man team working on Spider-Man 2. They've got their Miles Morales team working on Wolverine, and then when Spider-Man 2 is done, they're going to shift them over. They're going to shift their Spider-Man 2 team over to assist with Wolverine. And then they've got another team working on a multiplayer game. And I heard that was going to be original IP as well. So I don't know how they would have time to even do a Venom spinoff game. It would seem more likely that they would just do DLC if that were the case, but we'll see. So you're saying Caboose is toxic? No, you are saying Caboose is toxic. That is a statement that you just made. How can Peter be Venom? Did you not see concept of him out? That's exactly what I mean. Like, it's the same question and the same argument. Like, that you could tell they've literally never listened to anyone explain an alternative Venom theory. Like, it's so, and they haven't really thought about it at all, because it's so incredibly obvious how Peter or anyone else could be Venom. Like, it's crazy that so many people can't even work that out without it being spoon fed to them. Aside from obviously I explained it in a bunch of my videos breaking down my Venom Venom theories, but it's like, it's so obvious. Like, Peter, there's currently one symbiote. Peter is the only one with the symbiote. In order for that statue to exist, Peter has to lose the symbiote. there is a lot of story in game between Peter having the symbiote and losing the symbiote. I understand how people don't understand that Peter could literally just transform into Venom, because we already know, like, that's what's hilarious. They've literally just, Insomniac has spoon-fed you almost. They just left these clues everywhere. They've made it so obvious, and people will just be like, "Oh, you're dumb. Harry's a Venom. Look at the statues." Like, it's so shockingly obvious that I swear people be trolling when they say that stuff. Because it's like, they confirm we've shown Harry is rejected by the symbiote. We're shown Peter is the only one who's bonded with the symbiote. We're told directly that the symbiote is evolving and its design is going to be changing. We're told and shown directly that the symbiote is slowly taking over Peter's mind and making him not act like himself. We're literally shown in the trailer, the story trailer, Peter seemingly hunting down MJ. And his suit has changed even more in that scene. Like, it's so obvious he could just become fully immersed in the symbiote, transform into a more monstrous version, and then just lose the suit, which he almost always does in these storylines, and then somebody else gets it, and then him and Miles have to fight him, and that's how you get the concept art statue. Like, it's so obvious. How can Peter be Venom if there's a statue of him fighting Venom? Literally, more than one person has to have the symbiote suit. More than one person has to get the symbiote. So yes, there has to be. So the answer is there's more than one. Like, it's so obvious. How do people not get that? It's so ridiculous. It's not like everyone's saying Peter's going to be the only Venom, which could happen because it's not like Insomniac hasn't finessed before. Like, people swore that Green Goblin was the final member of the symbiote of the Sinister Six, and because of the E3 trailer, and we found out because the reason why people thought that is because they literally changed the scene. they showed you a completely different scene at E3 that compared to the final game. In the E3 trailer, they made it look like Green Goblin had pulled up at the ref as part of the Sinister Six. And then in the actual game, you're like, oh no, it was actually Dr. Ock the whole time. Like, they completely changed the scene to make you think the last member of somebody else. You don't think they would be above showing you concept art of a fight that doesn't actually happen? Like, but I still think that fight is going to happen, more likely. But it's just ridiculous to me that people can't even conceive of the fact that more than one person could get the symbiote, because we've already literally seen more than one person get the symbiote. It started off on Harry, and then it ends up on Peter. And people just can't put two and two together. It's like, oh well, I know I've just literally seen two different people have the symbiote, but how can it possibly be Peter if he's fighting like, come on. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What if Venom is no one? Yeah, there's always a Venom is someone who's going to be the host. They already confirmed that. But yeah, there has been issues where Venom is basically just a symbiote acting autonomously. But yeah, they already confirmed Venom is going to be a host, so that's a thing. Venom will have a host. Symbiote will have a host. Aga's going to be out. I mean, they could always do the Superior Spider-Man storyline, but yeah, otherwise I don't expect to see Ock, because unless someone brings him all of his tech, I mean, there's nothing he can do with the prison break. he can't fight unless someone hooks him up. Anti-Venom, you have a symbiote plus Martin Lee. Yeah, that, like the Anti-Venom theory, my Anti-Venom theory is solid because it makes perfect sense. Like it's literally sounds like they've literally set it up, and the Martin Lee reveal confirms it. Like they've literally set up the Eddie Brock Anti-Venom storyline with Harry in Eddie Brock's place. So instead of Eddie Brock being sick and dying and getting healed by Martin Lee, they've set it up so that they can have Harry do that and become the Anti-Venom. How much destruction do I think Venom will cause? I think Craven better have some insurance on all that tech he bought because it looks like a lot of it is going to get blown up. Prison break in progress, and Doc Ock just laying there and destroy prison. Yeah, that's tough. Can't go nowhere unless somebody carries him out. What if Miles frees Ock to help him get the symbiote of Peter? I mean, I don't think they don't need Doc Ock in order to get that unless something happens to Connors. Like, so it would have to be a pretty desperate situation for them to go to Doc Ock, because it's not like figuring out how to stop the symbiote is that complicated to begin with. Like you're gonna accidentally find out, oh, he reacts to loud noises. Okay, problem solved. Oh, he's not great against fire. Okay. Like, I mean, Miles literally saw him get knocked out of the air by that explosion. And if he's in a position where he's fighting Peter, he's naturally going to use his Venom powers. And they've heavily hinted that Miles's Venom powers is a weakness for the symbiote. So I don't think Miles is going to need help at all, unless it's like firepower. But I mean, if I'm controlling Miles, I'm just going to destroy Peter. Like, I'm going to give him that work. How much money is Insomniac paying you to try and finesse us? About what? Like, what are you even talking about? If I had to guess, I bet it's about Harry being Venom. I bet it. That's what it's about. What Venom evolves so his weakness is a longer problem? I don't think that's a thing. He's not Doomsday. I think Venom is going to have the same weakness. Venom will control Doc Ock. That'd be interesting. Hope Taskmaster returns. Very possible. What's up, Lawson? Yeah, Miles' Venom powers is probably going to be the key to getting symbiote off Peter for 100%. That one is pretty much guaranteed. Like, I based on everything they've shown, there's 100% going to be a situation where Peter goes too far when he's on that symbiote, and him and Miles are going to have to run the fade. That's 100% happening. Someone said Spider-Man is trash, especially Miles. Yeah, I don't care what Xbox players say. It's a bummer you won't be able to play Spider-Man here in the Middle East. I mean, you can always just get a new account. Just make it American, and you should be able to buy Spider-Man 2 online. I mean, just because he's on a tablet doesn't mean he'll return. That could just be a tease. Yeah, they teased the in the cover trailer. They teased it in the normal gameplay demo, like at the very end, and in the story trailer as well. Like those end credits where the symbiote is taking over the Spider-Man logo, and that explosion is Miles' lightning. So they're very not subtly telling us that Miles and Peter are going to fight, and Miles's electric powers are going to be very important. People on Twitter say this game is more a DLC. Nothing disqualifies an opinion to me more than this person on Twitter said. Like, Twitter is literally designed for the worst possible takes on every topic. Like, without question. Any bad take you can think of, and many bad takes you can't think of, it's on Twitter. Miles has multiple powers. He has the yellow lightning, the yellow bioelectricity from his game, and he has the blue electricity, which we're assuming comes from his excessive exposure to new form. So he's going to have on that ability wheel, and we saw that in the gameplay demo already. They have them clearly labeled. You see part of it. You see some of the abilities on the wheel are yellow. On his ability wheel are yellow, and some are blue. So he's going to have. So you're going to be able to go back and forth and use those powers. I don't think they gave it an official name. I think they're still calling all of his electric powers Venom powers. Why are you live right now? Why are you live right now? You want a racing mode in Spider-Man 2? Oh, what, like? I mean, they had a bunch of time trials before. I imagine they're gonna have some in Spider-Man 2 because of the web wings and the wind tunnels and stuff. You're definitely gonna have some missions where you're racing against time. Probably some side missions where you have to, race from one end to the other using web wings. I feel like that's definitely going to be a thing. Called the Kamehameha Vex. The pump petition for a Venom v Venom. Yeah, it's going to be awkward when they confront Venom. Is like we are. Hey, he stole my name. Should have got it copyrighted, Miles. Is there another trailer? There will be. Most likely at Gamescom. Opening night. It's gonna be a lot. So far, I'm gonna be keeping tabs, and of course I'm going to be co-streaming it. But so far, Gamescom confirmed new trailers for opening night are going to be First Descendants and Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong confirmed already for Summer Game Fest for Gamescom opening night. I was gonna say you're getting copyright striked. Oh my god, cringe! That'd be so funny. Do you think the house in the gameplay reveal is Dr. Connor's house, and that's how Peter? Well, they already confirmed that's Dr. Connor's house. They say it in the gameplay demo that's Dr. Connor's house. They basically followed him to his house in Queens. But I already did a video breaking down how Peter seemingly gets the symbiote. It's not out of Connor's house. He's already had it before going into Connor's house. If you miss, it's easy to miss it in the story trailer because you gotta piece it, you gotta like watch it really slow, and you have to also recognize all the scenes, how they're connected, and some separate concept and some separate screenshots that they showed. But basically, if you watch the story trailer very very carefully and look at some of the other screenshots they released, there is a mission in Spider-Man 2 where Craven and his people attack an Oscorp facility, and Peter goes by himself to stop them. Miles doesn't come with him. Harry is there. Harry is at that facility. It's the same place where Harry is shown when he's walking with a cane. It's that exact same facility that Craven's people attack. We see multiple scenes of Peter fighting in there. When he's fighting the Craven hunter with the bear on his head, it's the same facility. And then later on, they show he has a symbiote, and like it's out of control, and it shoots out these spikes. In that scene, it's all in that same facility, but Harry is behind him, and it looks like he's activating something. And then there's another scene where they show looks like there's fire everywhere, and Peter is shooting off a tentacle with the symbiote. All that happens in the exact same facility. But when Peter is first fighting the bear hunter, he doesn't have the symbiote on him at all. So since all that takes place in the same facility, it looks like when he goes to that facility to stop Craven's people and protect Harry, it looks like the symbiote gets let out somehow, and Peter ends up bonding with it and using it to fight his way out and protect Harry and fight off the Craven hunters. You live in Saudi Arabia? My condolences. The edit picture? Yep, I made this wallpaper. This was a thumbnail that I made for my video the other day, yesterday, and I just turned it into a wallpaper before I went live. Can you get a shout out in a video? Probably not. Why? What did you do to? Why would I shout you out in the video? Do you have a product or something? Are you asking if you want a sponsored shout out? What purpose would Harry even have if he isn't Venom? Again, pretty obvious to me. If he's not Venom, he could be the Anti-Venom. I've already explained that in a lot of detail about how they've set that up already in the story. And I've also made another video about this, but he could be Green Goblin. People are expecting Norman to be the Green Goblin. We know for a fact they're setting up the Green Goblin, and people are expecting it to be Norman. So one way they could subvert expectations is if Harry is not Venom, he could just be the Green Goblin instead of his father. Like there's so much they could do with Harry in this game. It has nothing to do with him being just Venom, just being evil for some reason. Ever chat for PS4? DLC, I'm skeptical about. I hope there's DLC, but I feel like they would have announced it by now. But we'll see. Harry being Green Goblin. That's why I mean they could, but I think that's why I think Harry's gonna be the Anti-Venom. Like it's too perfect. He's sick. They've introduced Venom and the symbiote. He's already had the symbiote on him, so he has the required symbiote remains in his DNA. They've confirmed they've already established Martin Lee is coming back. Like they have everything they need to do the Eddie Brock Anti-Venom storyline with Harry in Eddie's place. Why are we live? Why are we not live? What's up, Icehead? I think the recap. I don't think for Spider-Man 2. I don't know if they're going to do a recap. I mean, it wouldn't take too long. What's up, IMVR? Yep. Do you think Miles will get a direct sequel to his minigame? I feel like this is his direct sequel. You had Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man Miles Morales, the spinoff introducing him, and now you have Spider-Man 2, which they call it, and they said it's Spider-Man 2 because there's two Spider-Man. It is a direct follow-up to the events of Miles Morales. It takes place 9 to 10 months after it. Miles has new abilities. He's got missions where it's just him. Like, this is basically a sequel. It's like a sequel for both of them. Spider-Man 2 is only banned in certain Middle Eastern countries because of, representation. They don't like that over there. So, I mean, this happens all the time with entertainment products. If Insomniac and Sony don't edit the stuff out of Spider-Man 2, then it's just not going to be sold in those Middle Eastern countries. And the people living there will just have to find some alternative way to buy Spider-Man 2. But yeah, I've made a video about it already because I know a bunch of people were asking about it. They haven't officially announced that it's banned yet, but people living in certain countries have said that they aren't able to pre-order it. So if the only way, if they are going to ban it, and it's not going to, because it doesn't look like Insomniac is going to change the game to fit their standards. So if not, then you're going to just have to get an American account, and that way you'll be able to get it from the PlayStation Store. Because if you get it from the PlayStation Store on a Saudi account, it's not going to be available. But I heard that if you use a non-Saudi or Middle Eastern account, like use Europe or Canada or America, you'll be able to download it. You'll be able to download it digitally. Ganke becoming Venom would be hilarious. Literally no one would see it coming. Ganke or Ned? Ganke for sure. I like Ganke more. I mean, Ned has magic now, kinda, but I just like Ganke. He seems generally more useful. When will a new trailer come? Probably Gamescom. Open at night. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Saudi Arabia doesn't care if you have black characters. They don't like anything like the trans flag or non-hetero relationships being shown, and they don't like any explicit sexual material or anything like that. They have very strict rules against that. I don't play UFC, no. You know, with the guy in the chair. Yeah. Now, Insomniac Ganke, yeah. Spider-Verse Ganke is trash. He's trash. I don't like that. I don't like that Ganke. Insomniac Ganke is awesome. Spider-Verse Ganke is trash. I don't fool with him. Gamescom opening night is August 22nd. I prefer Miles Morales. I just wish Miles Morales was longer as a game. It's over before you know it. It's like 10 hours if you hurry up. 9 sometimes if you really speed run it. But it's so streamlined. The combat is so good. The music is incredible. The swinging is better. The side missions are better. The final boss fight is much more challenging. I doubt Silver Sable is returning. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see her again in this game, at least. You like the saggy suit Pete gifted Miles? I hate that suit. I'm like, bro, how do you not take the time to get Miles's measurements? You're literally a genius. Got my boy looking ridiculous. Why they choose the Tinkerer? Well, they wanted to use a Tinkerer. Tinkerer is a pretty famous Spider-Man villain. They were thinking of a villain that they wanted to give Miles for his own game, and Tinkerer is a very famous Spider-Man villain, and they decided that they wanted to do their own take on Tinkerer by kind of giving Miles a similar villain than to Peter, like basically have the Tinkerer. They had the idea to make the Tinkerer Miles as Doc Ock to a degree. You know, the whole big thing, the whole emotional arc in Spider-Man PS4 was Peter coming to terms with the fact that his mentor, you know, went off the deep end. And with Miles, they went with a similar line where it's like the Tinkerer is, you know, just misguided, his friend who's just misguided and trying to save the city in her own way and get revenge, and just takes it too far. What's the worst suit in both Spider-Man games? I don't know. There are a lot of suits. There are a lot of suits that I just don't bother with. And Spider-Man PS4 in particular, I just look at him like, no, thank you. Just keep it moving. While like wall fighting, yeah, I would like generally, because I don't even know if wall fight would be necessary depending on what villains, but I just like what I would just in general like web wall climbing and everything, and that whole aspect of the game to be a lot more smooth and dynamic. If they can span on that, that'd be great. I don't need straight up wall fighting if they don't have the enemies to justify it. But yeah, if Peter can more easily run across walls and do more moves off of it, that'd be pretty nice. What's up, Tommy? The worst suit is undies. At least it's funny. At least that suit is funny. Like there are some suits I just like visually, just like, eh. Every time you think of the game, it makes you want to do a backflip. That is good exercise. What up? Let there be Carnage. Carnage. I was thinking of Carnage being this game, but I don't think they're gonna whip out Carnage. That seems like a lot. Who's gonna watch Blue Beetle? Definitely not me. I might watch on the pirate ship, but I'm not seeing that in theaters. Who's my favorite character? What? In what? Fit what? Marvel, DC, what? No, I think Carnage would be like Spider-Man 3 type of thing. I prefer Miles Morales, though he definitely needs to cut his hair for sure. Miles Morales is my favorite from a gameplay perspective. Black Cat is my favorite from a culture perspective. When I think of Atlas Fallen, I think nothing of it. I didn't have it on my radar at all. And I was just scrolling around and saw some reviews, and apparently people don't like it. So, yeah, I definitely wish you could change the hairstyles. That those dreads aren't it. I'm cool with giving Miles like a new hairstyle. You know, want to change it up, but nah, not that one. Not that one. Not like this. Batman and culture as well. Damn right. They gotta get that out of there. They could have. There's so many different hairstyles they could have gave him. See that's why you need. That's why you need black people in the room. like if I was in a room at a Insomniac, I've been like, respectfully, you ain't doing my boy Miles like that. Nah. Respectfully, we ain't doing that. Here's some alternative black hairstyle options you can get my boy. Because that ain't it. It would be nice if I don't think they're going to do hair customization. It would be nice. It would be a nice surprise. I don't think it's happening. I think we're just going to have to deal with Miles and just try to get used to it. What's up? But that's fine. I'm going to be in a suit the most of the game anyway, so I'm not even going to sweat the hairstyles too much. You know, I'm just going to laugh during cutscenes when he doesn't have the mask on. But most of the game, he's going to have the mask on. I'll be good. I'll be perfectly fine. As long as we get some interesting suits, I'm good. Like if we get Miles that, you know, some Across the Spider-Verse fits, give Peter the TASM 2 suit and the final swing, that'd be good to go. Definitely Fire Miles' power effects. Well, I'd like to see Spot in a future game, sure. Spot, I thought they did a tremendous job of introducing him in Across the Spider-Verse. He was like literally the perfect villain for that movie. So if Insomniac brought him in for one of the games, I would definitely look forward to fighting them. I should have a do-rag back. I'll know I'll have made it as a creator when Insomniac finally adds a do-rag option. When one of these games adds superhero games adds a do-rag option, I'll know I'll have made it. Now, Killmonger's hair looks cool. Miles's hair does not. Insomniac suit is beautiful. Beautiful. The Avengers suit, the Avengers iconic design wasn't bad, but Insomniac's iconic suit is literally perfect. He's gonna crease Miles' shorts. That's a line that I won't cross unless Miles forces me to. I can let it go. Everybody, it's a part of growing up. Everybody gets a bad haircut every once in a while, especially when you're young. You know, I've been there. Everyone's been there. Everyone's had a phase when they were a teenager where they had a very unfortunate hairstyle that they thought was really cool at the time, and they didn't have a friend to tell them no. And you had to learn the hard way that this wasn't it. It's natural. It happens to everybody. So I can let that slide. MJ Fine AF. Yet I like MJ's new design. She definitely looks better in the concept art. Weirdly, they showed the concept art for MJ at Hall H, and she still looks good in the game, but her concept art for her new look definitely looks much better, in my opinion, than the final product that we saw in the game, at least in the story trailer. But I thought it was weird that everyone just were like, "Oh, she looks ugly now." Like, no, she looks great. The hairstyle is great. I think it's the jawline that's throwing some people off. But otherwise, I thought she looked. I liked the new design, especially like she looked really good on the carnival scene when they were at Coney Island. I think people are just being weird. They should put Spooderman. No, he should be a costume. They should make a Spooderman suit unlock. That would be fun. The Spooderman. How would I rate the Insomniac symbiote suit? I would rate it a 10 out of 10. I do not have Snapchat. I have never been into Snapchat. I tried it for I downloaded it once, tried it for 20 seconds, and just immediately deleted it. Yeah, I saw Caboose didn't like the shoes. The quote unquote shoes in the symbiote. I don't mind at all. I don't understand. I don't know what else you would want there. You want him to have symbiote Air Forces, some symbiote Jordans. I don't know. I'm not a feet guy. I'm not looking at Peter's feet that hard when I'm kicking in an enemy's balls. I'm just focused on causing mayhem. So I don't mind it at all. It looks good. It looks great to me, especially in actual gameplay. I think I have no issues with the suit at all. I think it looks fine. I think it looks fire. They did a great job. Yeah, the amazing Lucas talk about lines and and lines. Yeah, I disagree. I'm not obsessed with the line thing. I think the suit looks great. I'm looking forward to seeing how the suit evolves over the course of the game, and I'll be happily playing it as will everyone else. Imagine one of the symbiote Spider-Man movies where kicking them was. Now, for Spider-Man 4, there's been rumors that Tom Holland might get the symbiote in Spider-Man 4. I would definitely love him to kick someone in the balls as a throwback to Spider-Man 2. That'd be funny. I definitely prefer the Insomniac classic suit. Will I ever collab with Colin? I have no idea who it is. Wait, I think I recognize that name. I think I've seen him. I think I've seen a couple videos where he's doing some kind of Spider-Man commentary or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of new Spider-Man creators that have been around or just popping up. I don't honestly don't follow most of them. I know thanks to Joseph Whitty, I got put on to a lot more. And I just randomly will see some. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of other Spider-Man creator content because it's limited information about Spider-Man. So a lot of times I'll see someone has a new Spider-Man video and I'll immediately know everything they're going to talk about in the video because I've already made a video about it. So I'm just I'm really just not interested in watching it unless they have a really unique take or a really good presentation. Yeah. MJ feet. I've already collabed with Caboose. I Voltex, isn't he a concept artist? Doesn't he do like mods? So I have no reason to collab with him. Do you think Eddie will be in the game at all? I mean, he works at the Bugle, so technically he's in every game. But I don't know if he'll have a prominent role. Why do I not show my face? Because it's easier with my setup. I script out my videos, and it's much more streamlined for me to just not have to worry about backgrounds and camera positioning. I could just let the B-roll speak for itself and just focus on the script and the delivery. Expect Insomniac will have the classic Symbiote logo on their suit. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to have just basically. They might have one as an alternative, but I didn't think they were just going to have their Insomniac Spire design and slap black over it. I thought they were going to put their twist on it, but still pay homage to the classic. Yeah, those Spider-Man fans can be some of the most toxic. Yeah, it's crazy how people can overreact over the smallest things. Water, suits. I would like Black Cat side missions, main missions, cut scenes, love scenes. I will never say no to a scene, to anything involving Insomniac's Black Cat. What you talking about? I think there'll be mission replays. It was well received in Miles Morales, so I don't see why they wouldn't carry it over for Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Show Peter with the black suit. I would love a scene where he tries to give her a baby for real. That'd be crazy. What if Miles meets Black Cat? Probably be awkward for him. He's he's going to be down bad immediately, like all of us. Imagine MJ and Pete. Like Miles is mad because Peter's being rude to him, but MJ's mad because Pete is stepping out with Black Cat. that'd be actually hilarious. Because him and Black Cat were hooking up in Web of Shadows when he got the symbiote. So it'd be interesting if they do that as a callback. What if Harry meets Black Cat? Harry ain't ready. He's in poor health. He can't handle seeing that. That's probably why he gets sick again. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up for this week. Thank you for everyone for hanging out as usual. I'm gonna play around with doing some more streams on different stuff while waiting for more news. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing out. Peace.